you lovely people. Welcome to the channel. We got some quite big news here. I already read this whole article on the Mail Online about Jeffrey Epstein. It appears that judge in New York will release, or has ordered to release, documents, court documents, where there are over 170 of Jeffrey Epstein high-profile associate. So this is absolutely nuts. So here you have part of the unsealing that a judge ordered on Monday will take place in 14 days. So this will be the 1st of January, but since this holiday says, it might happen the day after. This is better than when I still believed in Santa Claus. I mean, I'm really excited, honestly, about this. Not because, of course, of the victim and all that happened, but because there is so much mystery surrounding this, and also so much of it seems so incredibly clear, where you know, first of all, it looks like a plot of a movie, but then certain things are so clear, the dynamics, that you wonder, like, oh really, there must be so much more here. And in fact, it's interesting because apart from all the Does, which John Doe's or Doe's, Jane Doe's, which will be released in terms of name, there are also like things that I did not know, like for instance that they might be released, you know, like here the filing suggests some document will relate to Jean-Luc Brunel, a French model scout who was close to Epstein and allegedly abused many young women. Brunel hanged himself in a Paris prison in 2022 while awaiting trial on a slew of S charges. I mean, I'm not making this up. Like, anybody that is like knows something, right, and it gets caught, and people, like, you know, the law is waiting to get something out of them, they mysteriously, well, they disappear. Same thing happened with Epstein, right? You remember that. Waiting for trial, cameras didn't work that night, he was not on suicide watch or whatnot, killed himself. So it's really difficult not to see connection of criminal connection in very high places that they're trying to delay. And honestly, I'm thinking, is this really gonna happen? Is it really we gonna get, because I read the article, like I said, if you want, I link it below the video, but of course it goes through also chronology of some of the victims, talking about here, for instance, something to do with Prince Andrew, and so on and so forth, which most of those things are already known. But the interesting part is, of course, knowing if in those 177 people there are, let's say, other people that for a very long time we have been speculating, or anyway, like conspiracy theorists have been speculating that they were on this island, right? And it's absolutely insane to think that actually those people were running basically a high-end brothel between women underage and not underage, and probably they got so many favors and they got a lot of people involved in the way that, of course, rich, wealthy people want to get laid. And I don't think this is something as old as the word, but obviously this type of criminality, right, happening still today, and if it involves people in very high places, right, once it's out of the box, once it's out of the hat, it's going to be catastrophic in many ways. So catastrophic also for society, because if there are many political figures here, oh boy. And maybe in a way that's maybe what the world needs nowadays, you know, to shake up to that extent where we see for real behind the curtain, we acknowledge what's really behind the curtain, and start to shake it off, like give it a real clean, right, a real cleanse from all these older ways of obtaining power, maintaining power, abusing power, and this type of incredible toxicity into abusing the weaker, manipulating the weaker, the needy, and extorting them, and putting them in circumstance. I mean, and on and on and on, right? So to that extent, it's exciting if we get anything out of this, but I also suspect that something might happen. I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to call it right now that there is a possibility that it's not zero, right? There is a possibility that it's most very likely quite above the zero in the double digit numbers here in percentage, that something happens that these documents will be delayed. I'm telling you, 2 of January. Otherwise, oh man, 2024 is gonna start like a boom. The fireworks are gonna reverberate throughout the night into the day after. This is absolutely wild. I read a meme somewhere like that they were saying like, if Donald Trump was on the island, for sure they would have released the documents, the list. So now I'm wondering, I'm thinking like, okay, could it be also this like another attempt maybe to do this and to discredit Donald Trump even further, and to see if they really put the nail in the coffin of his chance of being reelected? Or maybe we find out that it's not there. Maybe we find there's somebody else is there very prominent, and it's gonna be all hell breaking loose. So guys, I think this is a big news. Let me know your thoughts on this. Also consider checking the other stuff out, and I hope this video doesn't get taken down mysteriously. We are just reporting the news. I'm not the first reporting this, okay? Daily Mail is the culprit. I'm just saying. All of a sudden I disappear or something. Take care of yourself.